everybody. Welcome to Valslist Radio. I'm here at Coffee Cup Productions in Chicago. They have a morning show called Coffee Talk, and every week we're doing a podcast series for Valslist. We haven't picked a name for it yet, but I think it's going to be called Valslisted, we think. So stay tuned on that. But today I'm so psyched because we have in the studio with us a Nashville indie band called Sun Seeker. And I'm going to be interviewing them today because we're hosting them at another Valslist house concert tonight in my home, in my living room. So welcome, guys.
Hello, thank you for having us.
We made them get up really, really early, which most people in the music industry don't want to do. But I'm like, can you be at my house at 10 o'clock? And then we'll get over to Coffee Cup Productions, CCP. I have so many questions I want to ask you, and we want to hear you play today. So let's get started. Yeah. And before we talk about Sun Seeker, the band, I want to know about Sun Seeker, the guys. So I want to know who you are. And I'm going to pull a little fast one on you right now. I would like you each to describe the person to your left. So take a second. I didn't tell them I was going to do this, but this is where the fun usually happens. And these guys are so cute. You rolled in today, and you have on your blazers and your, you had your morning coffee, and I just love you already.
I love you too.
But I know you have a very hilarious side because I've watched videos that you put on Facebook. Yeah. Things where you're in video arcades and you're close-ups of you guys eating like chicken wings and, writing things at Taco Bell on a napkin with ketchup. So don't let their exterior fool you. This is a very fun band.
Yeah, we try to keep it calm and collected on the outside, but we definitely get a little wild.
It's a storm on the inside.
Yeah, it's a wild
storm on the inside. Oh, and I also have to say that I decided that I was going to give you each name tags. So I spent a lot of time getting Post-its. And Alex Bennick, may I see your name tag right on your guitar?
We're right here.
And this Asher, Asher Horton. And every band has to have a guy named Asher. Like, seriously? That was the coolest thing. I couldn't wait to meet you. And then we've got Ben Parks in the back. And I actually know a guy named Ben Perks. So I'm going to make sure I call you Ben Parks on drums.
Cool.
Ben, where's your name tag? Oh, it's front center on your large chest. His manly chest. And then Rodrigo Avendano, his name tag is hiding over on the side of his keyboard. This is a really big thing, like where they were going to put their name tags. But I just thought, I want the audience to know you.
Thank you. We want them to know us too.
Okay, so Alex, I've been interrupting you all morning already. So why don't you begin
describing Asher?
Yeah, why don't you describe Asher?
Oh man, this is fun.
I don't like this.
Asher's our young sweet Skittle boy, is what we call him. He's the gummy candy master. He's a king of sorts. Very handsome. Ladies love him. Men hate him. He eats only candy and only coffee. He has nothing else in his system. No blood. Only gelatin. And that's all I've got. He's a great guy. He's a player.
Alex, I'm going to make Asher healthy because you guys are staying at my house for 2 nights, and I'm actually going to make some really good meals. So, Asher, will you eat, like, vegetables and fruit and stuff and chicken?
I've never had any of those things, but I'll give them a shot. I've heard good things about them.
I won't kill you. Okay. And this is the start of your tour that's going on through February. So you can call me Mama Palooza. I'm going to feed you.
I trust you, yeah.
Okay, good. Do you want to go next, Asher, and maybe introduce, I don't know, Ben or Rod? It's up to you.
Oh, man. Do you guys have a preference?
Who wants to get wrecked first?
Introduced by me.
Do Ben.
Okay, I'll do Ben because we've known each other since we were 12 or something. We were. This isn't about me though. This is about Ben. Ben's a great dude. He's a rock solid drummer, rock solid buddy. Always there for you when you need him.
It sounds like you guys have never met.
I'm bad at describing people.
Is he funny or serious?
extremely serious. He never laughs at any of my jokes.
Well, this is getting
But I laugh
personal.
I laugh at every one of his jokes. So it's a little bit of tension there, but we're working on moving past that.
Do you guys sit together in the van?
I sit in the back of the car. Ben's always the driver.
Ah.
A great driver too. He's a real leader. Really.
Those
really,
are great. Yeah, you're touching on some of my next questions because I have some personal questions about personality traits in the band.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks, Asher. Those are great. Those got us started. Hey, Ben, do you want to go next?
Sure.
Who do you want to interview or describe?
Maybe I'll describe Rodrigo. Yeah. Rodrigo, he's the newest member of the band, and he is a wonderful human being. He's tour managed like us for the past couple tours, and he's very organized and loves cooking. Loves his girlfriend. Has a great girlfriend, Claire. Yeah, only good things about Rodrigo. There's nothing I got. No dirt.
All right, maybe that'll come up later. Thank you, Ben. Hey, Rod, maybe you can help me cook some nutritious food for Asher. Okay, done. We're going to cook later tonight. Rod, your turn's next.
All right, Rod, I guess you got one person to...
Oh, Rod doesn't have a mic, so he's going to go. He's going to move here.
Hello. This is Alex Bennick. He is a close friend. He's very dependable. Loves his mother and father. He's the kind of friend that remembers conversations and details. And he's a wonderful singer, guitar player, and lyricist.
Wow.
Thank you, Rod.
Okay, has everybody spoken and has everyone been described? Okay, great.
Yes.
So you guys have known each other since 8th grade. You're called a bunch of musical friends, sometimes you say. What is that? I mean, you seriously are like brothers. And this is going to feel really natural to me because I raised 4 boys and they're all your age now. So having you guys in my house, I might actually yell at you or, make you make your beds or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might fall back into the old thing. But what's it like literally knowing each other this long and growing up and now you're on tour as a band? Describe that.
It's really, I think it's very fortunate for us and like being able to understand people's different quirks and qualities make it more bearable to be basically living with someone for months at a time. But everybody's so sweet and everybody is so mean at the same time. We all love each other. We all hate each other. It's all part of that growing up. They like went through puberty together. I came in like post puberty.
I met Asher on the day before the first day of 5th grade. We were looking at our class schedule and
Wow.
We've been friends since then. So
Yeah.
Wow. Are you guys the same age?
by a month apart.
And you grew up in Nashville or somewhere else?
Grew up in Nashville. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nashville.
Yeah, I was apologizing about our weather today in Chicago, and you said it felt like Nashville, so good.
Yeah.
It does,
Sporadic.
So a couple more quick questions about you, the guys, before we get to your music. So who is basically the dad of the band? Would you
We
say?
all call Rodrigo Daddy.
So Rod is daddy?
Yeah.
Keeps
He's
us
not
in line.
dad, he's daddy.
Daddy.
Big
And that's
daddy.
not supposed to be weird. It's become so normal at this point.
Yeah, term of endearment.
Yeah, it's just when we're hungry, we tell Daddy we're hungry.
He goes and fetches us food.
Yeah, when we're tired, we say, Daddy, we're tired.
He goes out hunting.
Yeah.
Who's the goofball? Who's the clown, the class clown?
Alex.
Alex.
Alex, the one who seems so, you just seem so proper sitting there.
I love to
Sort of
cross
full
my
of it.
legs and be goofy.
Okay, we need that. Who's the worrier? Is there a worrier in the group?
Like me and Rod.
Probably Daddy and Ben.
We're the-
Dad and
yeah.
Benny. Any of you super intense? Like who gets serious the fastest? Like guys, we got to get this done.
I don't know that any of us have that capacity.
Not really.
I think we're all pretty much just like, yeah, we should probably go.
Sound checks in
everybody's
5 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. We should probably get out of here.
Oh my God, this is going to be like me raising 4 boys. Do you guys all leave wet towels on the floor and dirty socks like in my house?
Yeah,
Should I expect
Asher will
that?
definitely do that.
Okay. Well, let's talk about you and the music, all right?
Okay.
I think you sort of made a name for yourselves with your hit single, Georgia Dust, in 2016, signed to Third Man Records. You just dropped your debut EP, Biddeford. Tell us about what it's like to have a record label and 2 very cool managers, Trey and Court. Tell us about those guys. Just a quick overview.
Wow, it's been a world of difference from pre-label management to post-label and management. So, I mean, it's just really nice to, when you want to put something out, have people willing to put it out for you and promote it. And then, and Third Man obviously has its name everywhere, I think. So they've been a huge help. And then having management to sort of organize us, because obviously we don't have a person who's going to get too crazy serious about anything. Having managers be like, hey, you guys are being idiots.
But you know, the
Get
other
it
thing is,
together.
you guys are creatives, and I always ask bands, you're supposed to be in the right brain creative world, writing songs and lyrics and stuff like that. To also have to do the executive side of your business, like management and, you know, booking and merch and scheduling and all that stuff requires your left brain. And I think it's hard to go from right to left and do both well. So to me, having management, they can do that for you and tell you where you have to be. And then you
Right.
just perform the songs you've worked so hard on, right?
Right. Right. There's still elements of having to be semi on top of our stuff, especially Rodrigo being our tour manager and playing in the band. So he's got to switch back and forth pretty often. But I stray away from that.
So how many of you have day jobs? One thing I worry about in the industry today is it's hard to make a living doing this. And
Right.
you got to raise money for your tours and your production time in the studio. I think a lot of bands have day jobs too. So tell me about, do any of you guys do that on the side?
Yeah.
all
All
do.
4. All 4 of
All
us.
4?
Yeah.
What kinds of things do you do?
We all, 3, Alex, Asher, Ben, work at bakeries.
Super cool.
But cookies for me and Asher. We work at the same place. So Asher and I are together all the time, which is why I know so much about him.
Yeah.
And it's called Cookies?
It's called Jake's Bakes Cookies. We're giving them a shout out real quick.
Oh,
out
do
in
that. Cookies are the
Nashville.
key to my heart, actually.
Yeah, delivered warm, fresh till 11:30 p.m. And
Is this how you answer the phone? Like, hello, cookies, we deliver.
yeah. Hello,
much.
we are Cookies. How can we service you?
Oh, that's sweet. That's like a dream come true.
Yeah.
And then, Rod, you work at a record store? I do. How long have you done that?
Come over
Oh,
here.
sorry, I keep making a move.
I worked there for, I think 4 years now.
Wow, so you must know everything.
No, I certainly do not, but I enjoy working there.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about my music from the 70s. Yay.
Oh, we'll know a few things.
You know, speaking of that, this is a question I was going to ask you a little bit later, but we've lost a lot of greats in the past year. I mean, it's super, super sad. You know,
Yeah.
Tom Petty, Prince, David Bowie, Greg Allman, Chris Cornell, Al Jarreau, Glenn Campbell, and on and on. And you up-and-coming emerging artists will never replace them, but you need to keep us happy, and you need to keep your music coming to us. How do you feel about that? Because I'm sure a lot of them were your inspiration as well.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like, that's tough.
It's a lot of weight to carry, but yeah, we'll just try our best to try not to think about that too much, and yeah, hopefully,
Carry on.
Hopefully, one day somebody we'll be like, man, really sad when that guy from Sunseeker died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
mean, that's
maybe
a
this
poignant
conversation will happen again.
So,
Just,
yeah, well, hopefully, yes. Hopefully we'll be interviewing you on MTV
Yeah.
or backstage at Coachella, et cetera, which I actually
Hopefully.
think could happen very soon for you guys. You're funny. You have funny videos when you're on the road. You know, watch those on YouTube. You guys at, Taco Bell and just doing crazy things. You've got to keep yourself happy while you're going and doing your work. I know a band's schedule's crazy. You're, loading in late, playing late, loading out late, getting back on the road, sleeping in bad motels on top of each other. Are you ready for this? Because that's what the next, 6 months or 4 months are going to entail. Are you
Yeah.
prepared?
yeah, we kind of love it. It's long drives. You get into your own head, put your headphones on. We don't really talk to each other when we're driving. So we just listen to music or podcasts.
Podcasts, yeah.
And then when we get out of the car, we do funny stuff. Just like throw football. We're all big football fans. I'm a really big football fan.
Right.
But I've kind of carried that with me, and I think everybody has a special place in their heart for football at this point. We just bought a new football on tour. Like, we're into it. We got a really nice football. Yeah, we used the company card for it. It wasn't like a personal purchase. It was like, Sunseeker needs a football.
Hey, it's better than massages and other expensive things.
Yeah, exactly.
See, you're just like my boys. All you need, and if you don't have a football, you'll find something to throw.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you have to find restaurants along the way that have a TV so you can follow the game and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we try very hard to make sure we can watch Titans games, but
Awesome.
we're Titans fans here.
Titans fans.
Yeah.
Well, will you sing for me? Will you sing
Yeah.
for us?
Absolutely.
Why don't we do one and then we'll come back to a couple more questions afterwards. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Wonderful. The name tag guys, Sun Seeker.
Let's do Won't Give Me Up. Everybody ready? One, two, Oh, make some mercy fall, well, I'll be everywhere. Oh, and when I leave you, I thought I wouldn't care. A blanket lonely stare is what will take me there. Oh, and when I see you try, just know that I won't mind. Oh, won't keep away my time, won't keep away what's right, won't keep me up at night. Well, maybe that's a lie.
you guys.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to just sit and play?
Oh, it's so relaxing. This is. I wish we could do this every night.
Well, guess what? You're going to do it tonight. You're going to do it tonight at my house.
Beautiful.
I want to ask you a question about that. So, a couple of adjectives that I've read in your bio and in people who describe your music. I love this description: unhurried breed of cosmic American music, laid back psychedelia that blends nostalgia, melancholy, emotional turmoil, classic folk, country rock. I think that depicts you guys exactly. It's very listenable. And to me, it's a very marketable sound. I think that people of all ages would love this vibe. That's why I think you guys have something all your own.
Thank you so much.
So I want to ask you a question about tonight. My audience is going to sit and listen because I make everybody sit, and I ask my audience to be quiet and listen. And I just wonder, will that feel very different to you from playing at bars and music venues where people are talking and carrying on?
Yeah. It's we don't do many relaxed environment like music listener shows. It's a lot of like show goers who want to be rowdy and
Yeah,
get wasted.
especially on tour. In Nashville, actually, audiences are usually pretty good about listening because so many people in the audience are musicians themselves. So, I mean, that's not always the case, but a lot of times people will really pay attention at shows in Nashville. Yeah.
You know, I've heard that, and I know the Bluebird, obviously, in Nashville is known for you got to be quiet. I think if you cough, you get kicked out or something like that. But so I'm a really big advocate of engage with the band, engage with the artist. Like, you don't have to be quiet. You can stand and hang out and sing and dance or whatever, but maybe just don't talk while the art is going on.
Right.
I'm sort of fiercely protective of that. So I hope you enjoy my audience tonight, and you know, they've learned. And I always tell everybody, if you hear a quiet concert, you're never going to want a noisy one again. And but I do think there's a trend in the world today, it's just this me society with everybody on their phones. They're busy documenting the show, so then they're not as engaged. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you agree, or do you think it's
Yeah.
all over the map?
I mean, yeah, in our experience, we can't really tell from like our audiences, or at least I can't really. But also, I wasn't playing shows before that was an outlet. Before there were cell phones, you know.
So you have nothing to compare it to,
right,
really.
exactly.
Right.
I wasn't playing shows when people didn't have that distraction. So, but I've definitely seen artists get really agitated at the fact that everybody's holding a phone.
Have you ever been to a show where the artist has asked to put the phone away, like Chris Martin Coldplay? He's doing that on his tour now.
Yeah.
He's asking for one song where you can just be an audience together. Because there's also a give and take between the band and the audience. You're not just solely giving to us. We're supposed to be giving back to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's something that needs to be addressed these days, or else it's just going to keep getting worse.
Yeah. They're just gonna start throwing phones at you on stage
Oh,
when
we
you
do not
play a
want
bad
that.
song instead of like tomatoes and beer cans. That's what
Black-
they do in
blackberries.
cartoons. So they're gonna start throwing their cell phones, their second phone.
Their second phone.
Yeah.
The burner, yeah.
Everybody's gonna have 5 phones.
Oh God, I don't want to get to that world. Well, let's talk about the opposite of that. Alex, you actually went to work on a farm
I did.
in Biddeford, Maine.
Right by Biddeford.
So what was that like?
It was really fun, eye-opening.
How long were you there?
Just a few months.
Did you ever like
wasn't that
milk a
long.
goat and
I
birth
did milk
birth
a
a
goat.
cow or a baby horse or anything?
No cows and horses. I milked goats every night. Played with chickens.
Did they make you get up at 4 a.m. and feed the roosters?
Oh, no, that wasn't my job. But I did have to get up at 7 a.m. every day.
Did you have to rake manure? What did they make you do?
Pretty much, yes. I did so much that I'm not proud of. Slept in a barn. It was like in the fall time in Maine, so the nights got really, really cold, but slept in a barn with a bunch of blankets and stuff.
That sounds
And
actually
milked
pretty cool.
goats, drank the goat milk. I ate cereal for every meal almost.
With goat milk?
Yeah, with goat milk. So I
Okay.
probably had, during my time there, at least 10 gallons of goat milk running through my veins.
This
And
could be like a Trivial Pursuit question about you. So we'll
yeah,
have to
one
know
day.
that. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be really
Well,
great.
you guys are an eclectic bunch. I can't wait to hang with you for the next 2 days. Then you're going to get on the road on Friday morning to Detroit and then start your big, big, long U.S. tour and some really cool things. You are opening for the Districts in October, November, December on your East Coast side. And then and then I think you take a little bit of a break for Christmas. Good for you. And then you're back heading to the West Coast, and you're opening for Jessica Leah Mayfield. I mean, how cool is that you're supporting those bands?
It's great. It's a blessing.
You'll
We're-
learn a lot and see a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, hopefully things we want to see. But if we see things we don't want to see, we'll learn, we'll grow, we'll conquer.
You'll grow as young men.
Yes,
Will you play one more for us before we go?
we would love to.
And I have a million more questions, but we've run out of time, unfortunately. So,
It's okay.
all right, we'll say goodbye on this. Which one are you
Goodbye.
playing now?
This next song is called Sunny Day Girls.
I love this one. Sun Seeker.
My buzz is coming back on. I'm sorry.
Hey, and one more thing before you start. I think you're coming back to Chicago December 9th.
We are.
And you're playing at the Empty Bottle.
the
So
9th and 10th.
9th
We'll
and
be
10th.
here 2
Okay, I
nights.
didn't want to forget to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, we love you, Sunseeker.
We love you too. Socks run wet, trade them for his rain boots and ready set. Go till they won't find you. Sunny day, girls are best for home safe. So sometimes right inside the small lines, 'cause wild old mine was a waste of time. And give them back those idle eyes, 'cause no one's in my bed tonight. Don't